flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see.
Who's that?
Around Town Radio Show. That's where I go for the latest band info. So Around Town Radio Show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
All right, everybody, welcome to this abbreviated version of a weekend update. Today, we're bringing you who we saw play over the weekend, and there's still more to go. I've still got more to see. We'll be right back.
It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell.
All right.
With all around, you know I'm planning to do it well.
That's right. Welcome to the All Around Town Radio Show, as Mark Robinson from Sweet Sister Mercy sings it there. Thank you so much for being with us today, and welcome on a Monday. It is St. Paddy's Day. I have been out since early this morning and partaking in lots of Jameson. So bear with me today, and we're going to go back out here in just a few minutes and see our final act of the day. Going to catch the Naked Karate Girls tonight at the Springboro Eagles. That's what's shaking, but I've got a lot to talk about from the weekend, and we're going to kick it off here in just a moment. Let me see who's checking in with us here. Glenn checking in on the YouTube channel. Thank you, Glenn. How you doing today? Shane, thank you for the Shamrock. Greg Ambergy, I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. What a wonderful show. We're going to talk about it here in a minute. Unfortunately, I've got so much to talk about. I'm not going to dwell on any one topic, but we'll talk about some of it and what we got to do and over the weekend. And certainly the Crimson Sisters show was one of the highlights of our weekend for sure. Hi, Matt Anderson. Good to see you over the weekend, too. I just posted some pictures of you two. You and the lovely Ray. Yes, I did. So if you're out there, guys, I know the viewership's going to be low because people are out partying it up today and doing that kind of stuff. But please throw it in there if you can and say hi and drop a little comment in if you can about somebody we're talking about today. I do not have my iPad in front of me. Normally I have the iPad. I can see people pop up on Facebook. So if you're out there for me to say hi to you, you're going to have to say hi to me. That's how it's going to work today, because I don't have the iPad here. Angela Combs has checked in. Speaking of half of the Crimson Sisters, Angela, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed your show. You were so busy as we were leaving there. I didn't get a chance to really talk to you much, but you were meeting and greeting. It looked like a wedding reception line there for a while. It was. And Shane says everyone is out drinking green beer. Not me. I don't do green beer. That just, no green beer. What's up, Dewey? And yes, it was great seeing you on Saturday night as well. Jill Drew, you as well. Hi, Rex Wright. Thank you for dropping in. Good to have you all with us today, guys. Let's get started with my weekend of live local music here, and we're going to talk about a lot of things, and we're going to kick it off. I'm having all kinds of issues in the studio today, and I've just got back here a few minutes ago from watching Grocery Store Vodka and Drive play this afternoon, and we're not even going to get into who we saw play today. We'll do that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. But I will say that just rolled in here, and I'm having computer issues in the studio, so bear with me. I was not able to type any notes or do anything, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants on memory, and you know what that is with this old guy. Yeah. Hi, Dave. How are you? He's still fired up over the topic 2 Tuesdays ago. Well, Hot Topic Tuesday, it is fun. It is. Angela, thank you so much. Bob Klein, thank you for being here. Anthony, thank you. Skip from Liars for Hire, thank you. Yeah, Dave, you just gonna have to get over it, man. I'm not over it either, but I agree. So let me chat with you a moment about our weekend. Started out on Thursday. Actually, it started out Wednesday at the Bell and the Bear with Name That Tune. That was not live music, obviously, but I had a chance to put that on. What a showing of local musicians who showed up. I can't thank them enough. We had a ton of local musicians there to play. It was my final gig at the Bell and the Bear for the season. We do it in the winter because I start a weekly gig every Wednesday up here in Springboro at Heather's. And Dave says Control-Alt-Delete. Yeah, I've tried that on the computer. I have a Mac, and that does not work very well. But there's some stuff going on with Word, Microsoft Word. I can't type in it. It's just like shut down for some reason. So I can call it up. But if any of my computer experts send me a message, private message, let me know what I need to do to Microsoft Word to allow me to type in it again. Because it doesn't do that. No copy, no paste, no nothing. It's doing weird stuff. So Thursday night was the first night of live local music. I got to see the Kevin McCoy duo, which is Eric Sears and Kevin McCoy, at Mr. Burroughs Tavern in Springboro. Put on a hell of a show. They had a great crowd in there on a Thursday, pre-St. Patty's Day festivities. And it's always fun to hang out with Kevin and Eric. Eric, super nice guy always, and just a wonderful person to be around. Kevin, the same. I mean, Kevin playing to the room and doing it. And Denny says, yeah, word to your mother. Microsoft Word to your mother. You got that right. And that's your new band name, Dave? Control-Alt-Delete. That's a good one. And thank you. Greetings, everyone. We have more people here than I thought we'd have on a St. Patty's Day. I will tell you, as I'm talking about Kevin, I will tell you today's festivities started way early this morning, and then the Dublin Pub in Dayton, which really had a hell of a good crowd today. Lots of people there. And then all over Springboro for the second annual pub crawl, which we'll cover that tomorrow because I want to talk about the folks that we saw play, including Drive, including Grocery Store Vodka, and we're going to see the Naked Karate Girls tonight. So we'll cover that one tomorrow on the show. But right now I want to talk about Kevin and Eric. Every time they come to Mr. Burroughs, the crowd loves them there, and they fill that room, and just had a great show, playing some newer country music, some older country music. One of my favorites they throw in there too, an Elvin Bishop song, Fooled Around and Fell in Love. Got a chance to hear that. And Eric doing the little stomp pedal for the drum beats and playing guitar. And Eric's normally the bass player in their band. So really good stuff. And wonderful show there with Mr. Kevin McCoy playing a lot of his originals. That's one place that he can play his originals and people love them. I mean, they want to hear him. They ask for him. So I think that's cool for an artist locally to be able to have a following that loves their original music. And like I said, I'm in a hurry today, guys. So I'm going to fly through all this stuff if I can, because I've got a lot to jump on here. That was our Thursday night. Thank you to Mr. Burroughs. Thank you especially to Kristen at Mr. Burroughs, who was just so hospitable that night. She's a wonderful bartender, been doing it for many, 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 many years. She is. And I am trying here, if I can, to get to where I need to be. So I have the notes that I have in my phone to talk to you about. I know this looks like an absolute haphazard show, and it is because I've been out all day. Didn't get a chance to do much with it. So that's where we're at with that one. Then let me go to Friday night. Friday night, I rolled down to Miami Valley Gaming. You know, I loathe casino shows. I'm not a fan of casino shows. Hey, Todd, how are you? Thank you. Carla, thanks for being here. Thanks for the shamrocks and the love there. I do not like casino shows. I don't. I think they're very distractive. There's so much going on, and they don't turn down the music in the casino, and it competes. If you're not like right in front of the PA, you're competing with their house music and their announcer the whole time, which I think is a little disrespectful to the musicians, but they're there to sell slot machines and things like that. I mean, I understand that's not what, unfortunately, a band gigs at the casino or background noise a lot of times. But we did get a chance to see the guys who were on our Wednesday with the band this last week, Hoopty. And I buzzed down there to catch a little bit of their show, and I enjoyed it. It's dangerous for me to go to the casino to see music because I always end up sitting in a machine and playing while I'm listening to the music, and that's detrimental to the bank account, as you probably all know if you've ever been there. But I will say that Hoopty did a remarkably good job. And I think his name's Mike, off the top of my head. Used to be the drummer for Stagger Lee for many years. He was standing there, and he and I struck up a conversation, recognized each other, and we're talking. But he was saying, this is a great band, and I agree with him. These guys in Hoopty, they've put together this collaboration. They've all toured and been out there with different bands and things, put together a great collaboration of musical artists, and just really did a great job. I've got some songs from their set list I can tell you, so you get an idea of what they play. And when they were on the show, they mentioned we're everywhere with our set list, and my goodness, are they? Playing White Horse by Chris Stapleton, Driving My Life Away, Eddie Rabbitt. Tyler Childers' song, Fleetwood Mac, The Chain, She Talks to Angels, The Black Crowes in there. What else did I get written down? Working Man Blues, a Merle Haggard tune. Can't go for that, Hall & Oates. I mean, listen to this. It's all over the place, but it was so appealing to the crowd that was there. Hurt So Good, John Mellencamp. Any Way You Want It, Journey was in there. Four Non Blondes, What's Up? You should probably leave. Chris Stapleton, Whipping Post, the Allman Brothers, which they absolutely slayed, by the way. Liza Jane, Vince Gill, Lay Down Sally, Tom Petty in there again, Dierks Bentley, Listen to the Music by the Doobies. I got some more notes here. Keith Urban. Neon Moon was in there. Your Love by The Outfield, going deep into the 80s with that one. This band truly is all over the place with their set list. And even Pearl Jam, and then Tom Petty, American Girl, which is a big favorite of everybody. Just Hoopty, man, I can't say enough about them. I have never seen them. First time I got to see them, and I was impressed. I was. Very good job. And thank you, John from Columbus. Happy St. Patty's Day to you as well. Jimmy Kilroy, how are you, my friend? Happy St. Patrick's. And Valerie, yes. This is the band playing Saturday, Hoopty, Dewey, Valerie says. Okay. I don't know what that means, but I'll leave it up there. Hi, Todd. He said, only one casualty from the Liars for Hire St. Patty's party. Looks like the granddaughter broke her arm on the tamper. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. And, everybody was being well behaved today on the St. Patty's thing. I saw more drunk people last night at a show than I did today. So that's usually good because a lot of times there's walking zombies in that. But I want to thank Hoopty for a great time. That was wonderful. If you're out there, guys, and you saw somebody play over the weekend, you want to give them a shout out, please drop it in the comments. We would love for y'all to do that. And I'm getting here to the rest of my list, and what I want to talk about is Saturday at length here. And Greg Amberg was on here earlier. He's going to be on the show at the end of the month as well. He'll do a Wednesday with the band with me. But I want to talk about first of all the venue, the Fitness Center in Hamilton. I've never been there. Where have I been? This place was beautiful. Art all over the place. Creative Arts Center in Hamilton. Hamilton's got a good vibe going on. They've got a lot going on down there, and really wonderful stuff. So please, if you get a chance, go visit these venues. Hey, Sean Cooper, thank you for dropping by. This place was gorgeous. Had about a 270 seat venue in it. That was really, there wasn't a bad seat in the place. I was in, if you want to call it, the nosebleed corner, and it had perfect view of the band. In fact, it was wonderful where I was actually. And anywhere you could sit there, I think you had a wonderful view and good acoustics and good sound in this room. And then, we were able to walk around the venue beforehand and see a whole plethora of women in art in Hamilton. And Diana Halligan, our friend, I got to see her paintings there. She had one of Kat Campbell and several of them actually, and she's had some beautiful work on the walls. And then my friend Hollywood, who's from Hamilton, he runs the hub down there, Hamilton's Urban Backyard. He took us upstairs, showed me this giant ballroom. It's a wedding reception venue and all that's there. So a remarkable place called the Fitness Center, but and they were very hospitable. I met the guy who runs it, a super nice fella. And thank you, Jim. I'll throw that up there. And again, guys, if you saw somebody play over the weekend, drop it in the comments. I'll try to get it up on the screen for everybody to see. What's up, Chris Reese? Glenn said, fantastic show. Carol was there. Hello, Carol. Along with a host of other fans of our wonderful group called the Crimson Sisters. Gina McCann, Angela Combs, Gina McCann, in no particular order. Absolutely the best voices in the tri-state. I have my top 5 women voices, and they're in there in the tri-state. Beautiful song selections, wonderful trading off lead vocals and harmonies. Just a spectacular show. In their backing band too. I mean, the band that was with them. My good friend Rob Olson playing guitar. I love that guy. He is a wonderful human being. And kind of directing the band a little bit. Just remarkable. And gosh, Roy, the keyboards, crazy good. Just a wonderful night of music. And there were so many people there in the audience to support them that either play with those two or are huge music supporters. I have the set list from the Crimson Sisters. Thank you, Glenn, for shooting a screenshot of that and sending it to me. Let me get to some comments before I get to that. Shane also saw the Trapper Keepers. Thank you for that. It's a great band name too. And who else? Triple Nickel. Okay, you played with Triple Nickel. All right. And Matt got to see Porkhole. What a name. Mr. Burrs, and saw Eyes Up Here at Trillions. Good deal. And that's wonderful. What else? Carol said it's awesome. It was awesome. Yes, it was. Full Tilt. Thank you so much. And yeah, sucked weather yesterday, didn't it? We're going to talk about you guys in just a few minutes here. We are. And I got a chance to catch a little bit of their show. Not enough to talk a lot about it, but Chris got to see Party Punch at Harrigan's last night. I'm glad. I wish I'd have known you were there, buddy. Yeah, good deal. Yeah, Dewey said the set list was so diverse and so many songs you didn't know that you now love. I know. Isn't that not cool? Yeah, Bed on Fire by Teddy Swims. That's a good one. It is, and they killed it. They did. Matt Anderson said Sunday, yes. Hello, Dirk Turner from Crying Out Loud. Thank you for being here. Good to have you in the house. So the Crimson Sisters, some kind of wonderful, okay? Bed on Fire, as we just mentioned, Devil's Teeth, One Love, Bourbon Hound, Why Don't You Stay? And they went deep with this one. Tell Me Something Good. It was so good. So good. Sex on Fire, Who's Loving You, and Wade in the Water. And yeah, just amazing good stuff. Walk This Way, they opened the second set with a great arrangement on that. Baby, I Love You, Come to Mama, Bring It On Home to Me, Let the Good Times Roll, Uprising, Don't Throw That Mojo, Natural Woman, and I Can't Drink That Way. I think I can't drink. Is it Can't Drink That Way or Drink You Away? I don't know. I don't remember that name again. That's a Chris Stapleton tune and Justin Timberlake, but that did that on an award show. But what an amazing, talented group of people. The musicians were wonderful. The horn section they added was so cool. Yeah, what'd Rick say here? Let's see what Rick says. Said sisters were killer. Wow. And I was sitting up there next to some people that have season seats, apparently the Fitton or something. And they had never even heard of these two before. And they said, well, we just thought we'd come. It sounded really neat. And throughout the whole show, the lady kept looking at me going, they are amazing. This is one of the best groups I've ever heard. Their voices are angelic and all that. It was really cool to hear. that so many people just fell in love with them and had a great time. And yeah, that was a Justin Timberlake CMA performance, I believe. Dewey as well. And then didn't they do Tennessee Whiskey as well? I think the two of them. And Drink You Away, Timberlake. Yes, thank you, Chris Reese. Yeah, the set list says I can't drink that way, but I think it's Drink You Away. And yeah, Carol, I agree. I had tears in my eyes on Natural Woman too. Just spectacular. And, you know, that's got to be cool. And I think Angela mentioned it to me. It's got to be cool when you're playing bars to do a show like that, where everyone is there. They are focused on you and your music. You could have heard a pin drop in the place many times. And, you know, you don't get that out in the bar scene. You always got those loud people somewhere that are interrupting or, you know, they're not into the music or whatever. And this was just a spectacular event. And I couldn't stay and go to the after party, but I heard that was just spectacular as well. So if you did attend, make a comment. We'd like to hear from you if you thought it was a wonderful show or if anything stood out to you, because I'd love to talk on that for just an hour, but I can't. And I'm looking at my my clock here, and got to go here in a little bit. Full Tilt says, yeah, sucks your Band Brothers and Vicious Cycle had to cancel. Yeah, it was tough at Heather's on the patio this weekend because of the cold weather. Just tough. Hi, Tony. How are you? Thank you for dropping in. Hindsight in the house. So Gina and Angela, in their own right, in their own bands, you know, Gina and Johnny band, the Angela Combs band, they're just fantastic performers. But you put these two together, this is something special. It's something that needs to happen more often. And I'm telling you, they are just fantastic. So if you ever get a chance, if it pops up and you see them playing as the Crimson Sisters somewhere, drop what you're doing. Does that sound like a song? It's like stop what you're doing. But drop what you're doing and go see them for real. And Dewey said he believes it was only their third show. Yeah, and they do. They play off each other so well. Both of them have distinctly different voices, but powerful voices. And even on the intermission in the restroom, I heard a couple gentlemen overheard them saying, man, you can hear their voices so well tonight. You know, the band's not over top of them as much as it is in a bar and things like that. So I thought, you know, that's cool. People are recognizing it. And yeah, I can't say enough about it either, Dewey. It's wonderful. Thank you for the pictures, by the way. I stole your pictures today and used them because I didn't take any. I was just so immersed in the moment. I was. And Carla says, sounds good to you. Yeah, you shouldn't have missed that one. That was so good. It was. So let me get to the rest of my story here, my family slideshow, as we like to call it. And I want to talk about, let's see, we talked about the guys. We talked about Hoopty. We talked about Angela and Gina in the Crimson Sisters. Then I want to talk about what went on in Springboro. The annual pub crawl is today, but there was some pre-gaming going on Sunday. Full Tilt was playing at the Eagles Club. They have a big tent in the parking lot this weekend, and Full Tilt was out there doing a wonderful job. Unfortunately, the crowd, when Full Tilt was playing, I walked from the actual club, the Eagles Club, which I'm a member, to come out into the tent to hear them play. And from the walk, which is about 25 feet to 50 feet, it started monsooning, and I was soaked by the time I got there. And it was a cold rain, and people were just miserable. The weather was miserable on Sunday. So I really hated it for Full Tilt, because otherwise that would have been a full tent full of people. Now, they had heaters in the tent and things like that, but it was still, you know, people just don't get out when it's like that. And Full Tilt playing some great rock music, and it was good. It was... I didn't get a chance to hear enough of it to really to be able to tell you a lot about their set list and so on. I hope to catch another show of theirs soon. But Full Tilt really put a good audience kind of participation songs out there. People can relate to them, playing that kind of stuff. Very good. Thank you, Angela. It's great to see you on here, by the way. And thank you so much for Saturday. You absolutely blew us away. I hope you know how thrilled everybody in that audience was with what you did. And Carol, you're exactly right too. They lead and harmonize incredibly. They do. It's a wonderful combination, and they're not really sisters, but they're really sisters. And that's it. It sounded a lot like sibling harmonies on stage. It did. So yeah, Full Tilt, thank you so much for being there. And I'm running out of time to talk too much about stuff. I left Full Tilt and I went to down to Heather's, and playing under the tent there was Ben and Pete. And I've seen Ben and Pete many times. We mentioned them on the show a week or two ago when we saw them at Milano's. Ben and Pete, always a favorite, especially in Miamisburg area and all that. They do a wonderful job. And they play a variety of stuff, everything from the Beach Boys to new stuff, to country, to rock. It's just a duo, and they do a wonderful job. And Ben on vocals and Pete on guitar and harmonica and such. It's good. Thank you, Carla. You like my jersey? Yes. Yeah, and that rain, we won't melt. You're right. My jersey is a Guinness jersey. Can you see that? Wait a minute. I got to get that off the screen there. Yeah. See, it's Guinness. It is the Guinness hockey jersey. It is. Throwing in a little thing for St. Patty's Day today. So, yeah, thank you to Ben and Pete as well. And you've all heard me talk about them before. Then I saw I've seen a combination of this band, but Porkhole, Porqhole, our good buddy Jamie Combs, Jonathan Groom's in there as well, playing, and it's a 3-piece. And the drummer's name has slipped my mind. He plays a really cool electronic lap drum thing I don't know what it's called. It's something neat. I couldn't play it if you tried, but he does. And wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Somebody said hi to Mickey Evans. Hi, Mickey Evans, if you're out there. They were playing at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. So I hopped up there from Heather's, went to Mr. Burroughs for a few minutes, sat there with some friends, listened to the music, had a great time. And Ray says, drummer is Russ Whitman. Thank you, Ray Renee, coming through with the win. That's right. And for that answer, Ray, you win a bottle of All Around Town water. Thank you. I'll bring it to you next time I see you. Zen Drum. Thank you for that, Matt. Yes. I knew somebody'd be smarter than me on here. Everybody is. But really good job. Jamie, when he plays by himself, he plays some wonderful music, and they had some of that going on as well. Jonathan singing some tunes, throwing in, some Led Zeppelin in there, which I dearly love, and lots of good stuff. Yeah, that's right, Ray. It's special. That's a prize package selected just for you. It is. Carla, thank you so much. And Jamie's a hoot, when he's playing. He has a good time. And the crowd at Mr. Burroughs loves him, even solo. They love him. But with this band, they get to play there once in a while and do a great job. There was a great crowd in there for the day. And, of course, it was inside. Hello, Todd Davis. How are you? It was inside, which really makes it better in that kind of capacity on a shitty day. Can I say that? It was really bad outside. And Jamie doesn't disappoint, and you all know Jonathan as well. He's wonderful. And and Chris said really thought the weather would put a damper on the evening Saturday, but had a packed house at Fretboard. And what I think is happening, and I'm going to give you Scott's opinion on this. I think we oversaturated St. Patty's a little for today. The crowds aren't there as much today as I had hoped to see. And I think some of the places may have had too many nights of music and people get worn out. And, people aren't going out as much as they used to. It's just, that's Scott's opinion only. But the earlier in the week shows seem to do really well. The Thursday, Friday, Saturday ones seem to be really packed. The Sunday ones, the weather kind of dropped off a little bit. And then the Today show, we'll get into that tomorrow. But yeah, it's interesting. So thank you to Porkhole. And what Ray said. It's like a comedy act of music all in one. It is. It is. Hey, Bronson, how are you? Thank you for dropping by today. And yeah. And I'm surprised they're busy today too. I mean, there's. I'm not saying they're dead today, but the crowds are not there like you normally see on a St. Patty's Day. when it's like one day during the week and all that stuff, or on a Saturday or a Friday or something. It's just, I think we're worn out. People are worn out on it. And I've seen a ton of music this weekend as well. So, and you either run out of money or you run out of liver if you're out doing it too, if you're drinking adult beverages. Last but not least, I want to talk about was Sunday night. I'm sorry, Hall Pass Rock Band. No relation to me. My good buddy Doug Hall, my brother from another mother, Tim, Rick, the rest of the band, they were doing a great job at the Springboro Eagles as well under that big tent, and playing some wonderful music like Hall Pass can from the 90s and the 80s, and really putting on a good show. Again, unfortunately, the crowd not as big as we'd all hoped for, not as big as the Eagles had hoped for, putting that big tent up and everything in the parking lot. But we're at the mercy of Ohio Mother Nature here, and it does happen. And Jeff said, "Good Time Charlie's was packed Saturday night." Glad to hear it. I did see Andrew, owner of Good Time Charlie's. I saw him Sunday at the Mr. Burroughs. Yeah, that's where I saw him. Yeah, Carla says winding down for sure. So Hall Pass Rock Band, again, a fantastic job. And just, I wish I had time to really throw in all their set lists and things like that. But I wanted to dwell more on the Angela Combs, Gina McCann show, the Crimson Sisters, and all that on the show today, guys. I have run out of time. I have to be at the Eagles here in the next 15 minutes. So I'm going to bug back down there and catch the Naked Karate Girls for a little bit. And tomorrow we'll bring you Hot Topic Tuesday. It is our 100th episode tomorrow. If you'd like to be on the show and join us to say any words about our 100th episode, send me a message, DM me, and I'll send you a link tomorrow that you can access the studio. And you can get on the show with us and say hey to everybody and all that. So, yes. Yeah, your timing is wonderful, Bronson. Thank you for dropping by here for the last minute. That's wonderful. So thanks again to all the bands we've seen this weekend. Check out the pictures on our page. We caught a few of them on camera, so to speak. And Dewey, thank you so much. St. Petty's Day. There you go. That's funny. St. Petty's Day. 100th episode, Chris. Yes, it's a big one. And yes, I am on the run, Carla. I am on the run. I'm out of here. I got to feed my puppies, and then I got to go. And that's how it works. So, Carol, thank you so much. And to all of you who've joined us here on this St. Patrick's Day edition of our Weekend Update, we appreciate you. Tomorrow, Hot Topic Tuesday at 5. Wednesday with the band with Casey Joe at noon on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Who's Playing Out? Brought to you by our friends at Heather's in Springboro. And speaking of that, thanks for all the shares on Thursday's show, guys. We were up there at the 6,000 mark on the views, and we appreciate it. Ed's taking a photo editing break. I saw you at the Bell, Ed, earlier. I saw a picture of you, or was that, maybe you were there, maybe that was an old picture from a few years back. I don't know. Angela, thank you again, and thanks for the invite and all that to your show. I appreciate that, and thanks for you and Gina being on our show. Much love to you all. Happy St. Patty's Day. If you are out and about, please don't drink and drive tonight. Be safe out there, and come home to watch another show right here with us tomorrow. You won't want to miss this one. 100th episode of Hot Topic Tuesday with Karis and Scott. Tomorrow, join us. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice.